If you want to sound more natural when speaking Spanish, you need to learn how to use connectors. In this lesson, you'll practice some of the most common ones by translating complete sentences from English into Spanish. The first sentence is, I stayed home because it was raining. How would you say that in Spanish? Let's start with I stayed home. It is, me quedé en casa. Me quedé en casa. In Spanish, we use the reflexive form when we stay somewhere. That's why you see me. We can also add yo at the beginning. Yo me quedé en casa. And in Spanish, we do use en, meaning at or in. In English, we don't use it with home, but in Spanish, we do, en casa. Because is ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? It was raining. Estaba lloviendo. Estaba lloviendo. There's no neutral pronoun in Spanish, so there's no translation for it. We don't use it with the weather. Me quedé en casa porque estaba lloviendo. Or you can use yo me quedé en casa porque estaba lloviendo. All right, the next one is she is tired, so she's going to bed. How do you say that in Spanish? She is tired. Ella está cansada. Ella está cansada. So, in this case means así que. Así que. She is going to bed. Se va a dormir. Se va a dormir. In English, it's more common to say to bed instead of to sleep. In Spanish, it's more common to say a dormir, to sleep. But you could say a la cama, to bed, a la cama. Ella está cansada, así que se va a dormir. Ella está cansada, así que se va a dormir. And again, here we use the reflexive se because she is taking herself to sleep. So we either say se va a dormir or va a dormirse. One of them has to be reflexive, indicating that she's doing the action herself. Muy bien. How would you say we can go now if you're ready in Spanish? We can go now is podemos ir ahora. Podemos ir ahora. We can add the pronoun and say nosotros or nosotras, depending on the group. Podemos ir ahora. If in Spanish is sí. Sí, no accent mark. You are ready. We can use usted or we can use tú, depending on who you're talking to. Usted está listo or lista, depending on gender. We use listo with males, lista with females. If you're going to use tú, then we use estás. Tú estás listo or tú estás lista, depending on gender. Podemos ir ahora si usted está listo. Podemos ir ahora si usted está listo. In English, it's a very simple sentence. We can go now if you are ready. In Spanish, we have to be mindful of the gender because adjectives need to match the number and gender of the nouns. All right, the next sentence is he drinks coffee before he goes to work. How would you say that in Spanish? The first part is he drinks coffee. Él toma café. Or we can use bebe. Él bebe café. Before in Spanish is antes de. Antes de. He goes to work. Ir al trabajo. Ir al trabajo. Él toma café antes de ir al trabajo. Él toma café antes de ir al trabajo. The structure works a little bit different from English to Spanish. The connector uses antes de, and since we're using de, the verb that follows needs to be in its infinitive form. That's where ir comes from. So it's more closely translated to he drinks coffee before going to work. That's a closer translation. In English, when we use the connectors, we tend to repeat the pronoun after the connector, unless it's an ing verb. In Spanish, we can drop the pronouns as long as the subject is the same. We just use an infinitive verb after the connector if the subject is the same. Alright, él toma café antes de ir al trabajo. How would you say in Spanish, I always smile when I see my family? The first part is I always smile. Yo siempre sonrío. Yo siempre sonrío. We can drop the pronoun and say siempre sonrío. Siempre sonrío. When is cuando. Cuando. I see my family. Because we can drop the pronoun in Spanish, we can just say veo a mi familia. Veo a mi familia. Siempre sonrío cuando veo a mi familia. Siempre sonrío cuando veo a mi familia. Muy bien. The next one is we watched a movie after we ate dinner. How would you say that in Spanish? So here again, let's start with the first part. We watched a movie. Vimos una película. Vimos una película. Again, we can use the pronoun, but it's not needed because vimos, it's already conjugated to the person and tense. After is después de. Después de. And in Spanish, to eat dinner or to eat lunch, to eat breakfast, actually have verbs. So in this case, we can just use cenar, which means to have dinner. Vimos una película después de cenar. Vimos una película después de cenar. And here again, notice that we're using the infinitive verb. The next sentence is, although it was cold, we went outside. How do you say that in Spanish? Although is aunque. Aunque. It was cold, hacía frío. Hacía frío. We went outside is salimos. Salimos is a verb that already indicates going outside. Aunque hacía frío, salimos. Aunque hacía frío, salimos. So here again, we don't see a pronoun that represents the neutral et in English. It's just the verb and the adjective. All right, the next sentence is, I studied hard, but I still made mistakes. How do you say this in Spanish? I studied hard is estudié mucho. Estudié mucho. Here hard means like a lot. So that's why we use mucho in Spanish. But is pero. Pero. I still made mistakes. Aún así cometí errores. Aún así cometí errores. Everything together is estudié mucho, pero aún así cometí errores. Estudié mucho, pero aún así cometí errores. So here one word still in Spanish means aún así. The next sentence is I cleaned the kitchen while my wife was cooking. How do you say that in Spanish? I cleaned the kitchen, so it's a completed past action. We use limpié or yo limpié. La cocina, the kitchen. Yo limpié la cocina. While, mientras. My wife is mi esposa. Mi esposa and was cooking, cocinaba. Cocinaba. Limpié la cocina mientras mi esposa cocinaba. Limpié la cocina mientras mi esposa cocinaba. Spanish has two past tenses, and one is used for completed actions already done, and another one is used for things that were happening while the other action was completed. So that's why we use limpié, completed, already done, and cocinaba, the ongoing action. But in English, it's just was cooking. My wife was cooking. Limpié la cocina mientras mi esposa cocinaba. All right, the last sentence today is I will call you as soon as I arrive. How do you say that in Spanish? I will call you is Te llamaré. Te llamaré. Or we can add the pronoun yo te llamaré. In Spanish, we tend to use the object pronouns before the verb, so that's why we see te at the beginning. In English, it's you, call you. That you is the object pronoun who's receiving the call. And then in English, we use will to create the future, but in Spanish, the verbs are conjugated to the future tense. So it looks a lot shorter. I will call you, te llamaré. As soon as, tan pronto como. Tan pronto como. I arrive, llegue. Llegue. So it's a short sentence, but the structure works differently in Spanish. Here, llegue is in its subjunctive mood. It's a future that has not happened yet. In English, we just use the simple present, I arrive. But in Spanish, when we use a connector and we're talking about something that hasn't happened yet, we tend to use the subjunctive form. So the sentence ends up being te llamaré tan pronto como llegue. Te llamaré tan pronto como llegue. I truly hope this was helpful, and to keep learning Spanish, go watch this video next. Muchas gracias.